So we have Mr. Sasidhar from Loyalist College with us, and so I would request you to give your introduction and then all over to you to talk about the college.
Hi
Okay,
everyone,
go
thank
ahead.
you. Thanks Samandeep for giving us good opportunity here to introduce our Loyalist College. Let me share my screen and I can show you the campus and the programs as well. So this about Loyalist College. We started a new location in Toronto. It's in Mississauga. So actually Loyalist College in the main campus is in Belleville. So it is started in 1968 and it is a new campus which started in this January 2020, and with couple of students, and we started, and then we have a good intake for the May. But unfortunately this pandemic has stopped many of our international students at back home, and
Right.
I think we'll get a good number of students coming intakes. And currently our campus is located in Mississauga. It's a beautiful city with a lot of industries in around and a lot of good locations, and it is very easily accessible to all the locations, and it's very nearest to the airport as well. And also here we provide good number of housing options also available in around the campus, and also in around the cities we have good number of options. And also we have shopping malls, and you have good number of museums, and then lot of festivals will happen in Mississauga city as well. And coming to now, this is our current campus which we are located right now. It's a small one. We started here, but we are going to move to a new campus, bigger campus, which is in Toronto. And but the current campus also we didn't compromise that. It's temporary. Also we have a bigger classrooms. You can see some pictures we just shared it. The big windows, and a good classroom infrastructure, good number of systems, labs, everything is established in the big number of building. And so coming to our programs, I think many of us students are also heard about in the website, but I can explain in detail. So here with the current fall intake, we have two diploma programs called a business and computer system technician. And coming to the business, good thing is we don't require any math requirement. So any students from the business background, any from arts, any of the students can join this business program. It's a general business. So here another good thing is only our minimum requirement is only 50. So only individual core subjects which you're having. So suppose you're from a business background, you're just having from accounting, business, I guess economics. Those are the subjects. If you're having 50%, you can join this program. And coming to another diploma program is computer system technician, which you guys here, this particular program need math requirement. So but the thing is we have only 50% is enough to join into this. And the students who aspire to join software field, software a programmer, or if you want to become a developer and all, a good time to start from this particular course, right? So currently we are just holding these two diploma programs itself, but in future we're gonna start business, accounting, and as well as biotechnology courses as well, right? And coming to our PG programs, we have good number of PG programs, and here we are offer a co-ops as well. That is for a 4 months of co-op we are including, because which gives the students of a good boost to their work placement and practical exposure as well. And coming to PG programs, we have a cyber security. We need students from computer science, information technology, as well as students who did electronics and communication engineering, right? Some students might be doing it networking itself. So all students are eligible to particular program. And all our PG programs also we just required 50% of marks in complete overall grade. That is good enough. And also we might consider based on the case to case, if the student is having good work experience. Suppose the student did some students might did BBA or BCom, but they'll be working in a software field for a good number of years, 4 years or 5 years and all. So those particular students, if they are interested in the cyber security, wanted to continue their career and develop more skills, we'll still accept those students as well. But as I said, it's depends upon case to case. And next thing is we have the global business management, which is equivalent to an MBA program. Here also we just require any degree, but with a relevant work work experience also we will consider. If they doesn't have like proper degree, like there's some students coming from the pharmacy background, or like they wanted to do like an MBA program, they can also still come into this program. But if they can show us like a minimum of 1 to 2 years experience, we will consider those people as well. And other program is called artificial intelligence and data science. So it's like a current trend. It's having good scope of jobs now. Coming to all the systems has been changed to artificial intelligence and everything else. So we have designed this program with a co-op. So this particular program is like runs for 4 semesters. So the final semester is for 4, like every semester run for 4 months, and your final semester is also for 4 months, and it is a co-op. So co-op is like work placement. So here this particular about this co-op is our college also will help the students and then will guide them to particular workplace environments, as well as the students also can themselves they can look into like their opportunity like internships, we can say in India. So yeah, there are a number of co-op options available in particularly in this GTA. So number of jobs daily they'll be posting out by the companies, and sometimes it will be paid or unpaid, so both of them it can be done. So here we'll both help the students to go into it. And same thing for artificial intelligence and data science is the same requirement we required for computer science, we strongly recommend, or information technology, or else like in ECE students also will accept like electronics and communications or electrical and electronics and all, but with a relevant work experience is mandatory. So without work experience, if they come from like electronics backgrounds, it's like hard for them to even go ahead into this program. So I'll strongly recommend that they must have some good work experience if they're coming from electronics or electrical backgrounds, or even mechanical students also will consider. But as I said, like strong work experience should be needed along with the file. And we have another program called, as we started this new as well, they're like supply chain management. It's called an enterprise resource planning. So we have like 2 programs here, like supply chain management enterprise resource planning and supply chain management global logistics. So in the supply chain management ERP, it's a 2 years program, and here also we will offer 4 months of co-op, that is which they can do it in their final semester. So here they'll completely coming to this enterprise resource planning, here they'll completely learn about the supply chain industry, and also they'll also learn some business concepts as well, so which will be very essential for them to survive in a bigger industries. And as here I just wanted to note it on some points, because here in Mississauga currently where we are located, there are a good number of industries where there is a huge demand for this supply chain. So a lot of like even a 1-year program has a 140 hours of work placement option, where like number of industries are coming and hiring the students from the campus directly, as we have number of colleges as well on the site. So a lot of students has been placed, right, and directly they'll get a jobs in there. And same thing for supply chain management also, we required like a BBA and BCom, and well mechanical students also is an eligible because it's upon the case to case, because as we can see some of the degrees they might not study more about their like logistics wise, and so we look into the case to case, but with a strong work experience that doesn't mind, so we can accept them. And next one is called cloud computing. It's similar to an artificial intelligence. It's like more about like current as some of the computer science students who just wanted to become like a developer or the programmers on a high levels, so they can join this cloud computing program. So it's also required computer science degree, information technology, or like from other degree holders they need a strong relevant correlated work experience. And so this is also with a co-op, so they'll do the final semester from as a co-op, like a 4 months like an internship. And next one is called like wireless information networking. So this particular program is very good for the students who come from the electronics background, electrical background, and they can do this program. So it's also like a 2 years program and with a co-op. And coming to this aspirants, and we have another program coming up in the like winter session. It's like hospitality management. So it's about like Canadian hotels and resorts. So the program will be added up in winter semester. So that is good for the students who come from the hospitality background. If they wanted to learn about like Canadian hotels, if they wanted to settle down as like in the hotel industry or hospitality industry, they can go for that program. That is currently available for winter 2021. It's not for the fall, so that's included here. And as I said, like there are good number of job opportunities, like when they go for the computer system technician diploma, they can go into number of career opportunities like technician, data center operator, operators, like LAN technician, network administrator, such kind of fields they can go into it, as well as like cyber security. It's a good number of scores which fields they can show up, because here we have our co-op officer who will help the students like which part of like which career they can choose it by doing that course. It's everything will be guided. We have like a good number of student success panel, so they can guide them, as well as like wireless information networking program, their career aspects and all, as well as artificial intelligence and data science is like huge demand right now in GTA area. So we have number of postings available, and also in the Quebec side there is a Montreal city, so there are also number of job postings are there relevant to the video game programmers. As we have like in the top 10 we have like top 5 companies are there in the GTA where they can hiring number of people right now, as well as the cloud computing as well. As I said, like the people who wants to become like a developers, like strongly wants to settle down as like a software developers, they can go for this cloud computing program. And also another program I forgot to discuss is like project management, which is for 1 year. This is good for the people like who has like good amount of experience and who wanted to continue their career into the higher levels. They can join this, and here we can consider any degree but with some minimum 1 year of experience, right? So the minimum percentage of 50 is required, and they can go into the particular fields like project manager, as well as like project coordinator, project control officers as well. This kind of program they can choose in. And this particular program also has a work placement option of 140 hours that they can be doing at the end of the program. That is for like if you count for 1 month, they can do the internship, so we can give the certificate, as well as the company also which they're working for that 140 hours also will issue those certificates. And as I said, like straightforward our admission requirements coming to these particular countries that we fall under this right now. So it's, as I said, for diploma programs it should be 50% in 12th, and normally we look into the 12th grade. Here particularly what we look into is the core subjects. The core subjects should be 50, like individual core subjects. So I can say like economics, accountancy, business. So each subject should be above 50, like 50 and above. If any of the subject like economics is say suppose having 45, so definitely they will not be qualified. So we need like individual core subjects to be 50 and above, because as a lower percentage here, but we do not compromise on the core subjects. So that is the thing I'm notifying here. And as I said, like business program, there is no math requirement. I know most of the students take that an option. We can see in the business students mostly. So if they fail or if they get like 40% also, so we will consider those students for the business diploma. But for CST, like computer system technician, we will not consider without mathematics. And coming to the bachelors, there is no requirement like in a core subjects. It depends upon the overall percentage. It should be like 50 and above. And coming to the backlogs, it's like a 4 years bachelor's degree. We'll consider a maximum of 8. Like altogether, including repetitions, it's a maximum of 8. And coming to the 3 years bachelor's degree, we'll consider maximum of 6, including repetition. If you have like students from England or like Middle East or West Indies, there are like different requirements. I guess like currently we hold on this like India. And language, coming to the language requirements. So currently we are not accepting PTE. I know many of the students right now are coming up with the PTE files. Currently we are not accepting PTE, but apart from that we will accept TOEFL, IELTS, it's a common, Cambridge English exam also we will accept. So, and also Duolingo. Current situation now, this is most famous and popular now among the students. So for the TOEFL it's like 80. For the diploma programs it should be 80. And no band less than individual bands also minimum there should be a 20. And for the PG programs it should be 84, 80 and above basically, and and a minimum of 21. And for the IELTS, yes, it's a 6 for the SDS cases. Particularly India fall under SDS, right? So we'll consider 6 overall with no band less than 6. And also if the student wants to apply in general category, so we can accept one band 5.5. Only one band 5.5 we can accept. But for the PG, it's only one requirement. It should be 6.5 overall, no band less than 6. There is no another general category, so it's a straight one. So 6.5, no band less than 6. For the Cambridge English exam, it is like a C1 or advanced for the both diploma and PG. C1 or C2, C1 advanced or C2 proficiency we will accept. For Duolingo, for the diploma programs, it should be 95 and above. So 95 and above, and some cases maybe 95 and above will consider. And for the PG programs, it should be minimum of 105. Less than like 105, like 100, and also we will not accept. So it should be 105 and above. So yes, as a new campus, we got like a lot of queries about the work permit, like post graduation work permit. Number of students even I am receiving as a new campus, it is pretty common. Like students might have like their doubts. So we are 100% eligible. It's a public college. It's just a branch of the Belleville campus. So we just started as a new in Jan 2020. So we are 100% eligible for the post graduation work permit. And as people like a lot of people know, it's for 1 year program. It's for 1 year, and 2 years program. It's 2 to 3 years. It's invalid, and they can also verify the source directly into the Canada.ca by entering our DLI on the offer letter. They can see it in a direct government website. As I said, like there's a temporary campus. We are going like we are opening a new campus. This is our main campus, which is starting in Toronto. So it's the biggest campus located in the heart of the Toronto. As you can see in the pictures, it's a huge one, and it's very like located in the center, like which is easily accessible to all the shops and restaurant, easy transportation, everything is available there. And I can show you some of the campus pictures. Currently it's under renovation, going to be done because according to the requirements. As I am showing some spacious pictures that students can able to, because here in the particular this campus they're having all the facilities like bigger cafeteria area, biggest library is also coming. They have all types of rooms, recreation rooms, game rooms. As current in the current campus also, we are holding good number of student services and student support services. We are conducting good number of games, TikTok challenges. As like current we have moved into online classes. A lot of students, we last time we conducted like TikTok challenges, like a huge response. Students participated everywhere, and music challenge, dance competitions, everything is conducting right now. But in the newer campus, we'll have separate rooms as well, and the recreation areas. As you can see, they can have good number of outdoor facilities, parking areas, good amount of parking space. Everything is available. As I said, like our campus will be located here, and they have good number of parking space, and they have backside they have all the gym, sports field, everything is available. So if you guys have any doubts anytime, you can always call us at this number, or you can email at this number, or you can always you can always share my email to all your staff members. If they have any doubt at any time, they can email me. Thank you guys. I guess any question and answers you can ask me right now.
Thank you so much, Sasidharji. You give a pretty good understanding on the product and the eligibility and the programs as well. So we do have our staff members and the students in the session.
Mm-hmm.
So we one by one talk to them and make sure that their queries are answered. So the very first student I can see on the screen is Amandeep Singh Garcha. Amandeep, you can unmute and you can ask your question to Mr. Sasidhar directly.
No, sir, I have no doubt.
You don't have any doubt? Have you
No, sir.
already applied?
Yes, sir, I have applied. I am waiting for my result.
When you say result, are you waiting for your offer letter?
No, sir, embassy from visa.
Okay, you have already applied in the embassy as well.
Yes, I am waiting for my visa.
Yeah,
Okay.
Amandeep, I think we are pretty new, right? Right now, currently there are some visa changes like stage 1 and stage 2, right?
Yes.
We just wanted to add some points here. Currently last May intake we hold out students who are in India, so we didn't allow
Yes,
them to
sir.
register for the May intake. But currently we can allow the students if they're having a stage 1 approval. If you're having the stage 1 approval, you can register for the fall intake. But classes will be online, so you have to be follows in EST timings. It's not like Indian timings. EST timings you can hold on. But the good thing is if you miss any class, there will be recordings. We are using a good software where you can record the classes, and then you can listen to them at any time. So these particularly having some good programs, you can even download the software in your mobile, and at any time you can do it. But the thing is, you have to submit your assignments or the works from the professors and all in time. So that makes you stronger in your classroom.
Okay, ma'am.
And
yeah.
Amandeep, yeah. So just for the fall intake, if you have students with the stage 1 approval, you can just email me all the students list so that I will make them available for the registration, because we are starting soon in the August, so we can make them available for registration.
Actually, sir, I am waiting for my visa after getting my result, then I will apply for the classes. I will just.
Okay, sure. That's fine. Yeah.
Have you attended May intake classes as well, or this is September intake is a fresh intake for you?
No, sir. Firstly, I got a offer letter for my May intake, but due to Corona virus, that I changed my intake to September.
Okay, thank you, Amandeep. So best of luck for your results. And
Thank you.
so you plan on to go ahead for classes only after your results?
Yes, sir.
But have you heard of the recent announcement from Canadian government? Pyramid eServices also had posted about it.
Yes, sir. I got a news that there are two steps in student visa.
Yeah, so to clear out the first step, you have to ensure that you attend online classes. You would not be able to clear out the first step. Which branch are you connected with at Pyramid?
Ludhiana.
Which Ludhiana, and who's the counselor?
Gurpreet ma'am.
Gurpreet ma'am. So Miss Gurpreet is part of this session. Gurpreet ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I was saying, I hope you heard the conversation between me and the student. He is little unclear about the stage 1 and the 2 process. Please call him after the session and clear the doubt for him. Aman, Gurpreet ma'am will call you after the session, okay?
So Amandeep, we have our Indian representative. So I think she's on the call right now. Make her join. Grace, you're on the call, right?
Yes, I'm on the call.
Yeah. So she joined newly for Indian in India. So she's look after Indian operations and all everything. So if you guys any doubts and all for any time in Indian timing, you can always reach her. I will share her email and then phone number as well.
Perfect. That's really helpful.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll move on to the next student. I can see a student with the name of Gurpreet Singh. Gurpreet, you can unmute and you can ask your question. Gurpreet, can you hear us? Okay, there seems to be a network glitch. So then I have Jay, you can unmute and ask your question.
Hello, sir. Basically, I have applied for the embassy. I have applied for everything, and my case has been deferred from May to September intake this fall. And to be honest, I'm not interested in taking online classes. I just don't want to take online classes. I'm just looking for just to get my visa and just to get the biomet done, and after that I want to fly there and take offline classes. I think because it would be more effective for me. Can you please tell me?
Yes, that's a good thing. But the here even we are unsure January session also how it will be, because Canadian government doesn't make any announcements about a Jan intake as well. They're pretty much a doubtful even to conduct this online class in class sessions. So even no need to worry our in class sessions or online classes, as I said previously. So our online classes we are using a good we can say in class environment, a software where you can directly interact with all the professors at any time. There will be online help, everything will be available, but that is up to you. So you can decide if you want to defer to January, and if they decide that's been on in class, if you want to attend, you can always attend that. But there is a policy, but current scenario we are just deferring it as per the pandemic, but we only accept one deferment for a student. So as per this pandemic, we are accepting all these deferments, so you can go ahead. But we are accepting even for January as well, so you can defer it, there is no problem. But after that, if you want to go ahead to the May 2021 and all, so you need to withdraw from the program, and there will be some deduction in the amount as well for the amount, and you need to apply as a new student.
Alright, so I will be able for only one deferment case, right?
Normal cases, but due to this pandemic, I think you are deferred from May to September, right? Already.
Right.
So yeah, we again can consider you for the next deferment to January if you wish. But I strongly recommend to join this fall semester online. I can share some videos to Amandeep.
It would be effective joining online classes. Would be I don't think really that being an Indian or sitting in India, and I'm just starting from India and taking online classes for Canada's study, because I'm completely unfamiliar of the environment.
Yeah, sure, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But that's what I can share some videos with Amandeep later after this call, so that from our current students who are doing their online program, so you can hear about their testimonials and their feedback, how they are feeling about this online classes. Instead of me telling to you, because I can't tell anything about these classes because I know particularly about the software and all. But hearing from the current students, it will be good for you, right? If you decided to do online, you can join, or else if you want to defer, you can go ahead for the deferment.
One more question. Basically, I've applied for supply chain management ERP course. So, what are the
Okay.
job in Toronto? What are
So
the
see,
job?
if you can look into some in Mississauga, there are good number of industries like supply chain industries are around here, and there are like top, as I mentioned, there are like a top 5 industries in around in the Mississauga itself, like a top industries which are already like a top brand industries are also. It's not about the Canada, it's about the world top industries are located in Mississauga. So I'm like saying like industries in the sense those are like like a logistic industries, logistic in the like supplying to the bigger companies all the raw materials, everything, because there are a good number of harbors like Bombardier, which is in Seattle. They supply the huge material from Mississauga itself. So there are like huge demand every year. They'll ask about like 20,000 jobs, especially only in this logistic field from a particular company. So likewise in Mississauga there are around 3,000 plus industries. So that's the reason like supply chain program particularly is very huge demand in GTA. So a lot of all the colleges, normally every college will offer, but particularly we have government certified supply chain certification, is an accreditation certification which is given to only few colleges. In that, Loyalist is one of them. So and also the good thing is you will do the co-op, as you are for the enterprise resource planning, right? So you have a co-op for 4 months, so it's pretty good for you. You will before completion of your program itself, you will be having a good work exposure as well, so which will help you. Maybe you can join the same company, or like that experience will count. And as a candidate, experience is meant like mostly the companies are looking here, like they'll normally, if the student is having 10 years 20 years in India or somewhere in the world, normally the employees prefer at least 1 year of Canadian experience. They will prefer the top companies, so that which will help you eventually to get a good job.
Okay. And basically, I'm looking for business line. So, what if I want to do an MBA just after supply chain management and after the co-op? So, can I? Am I eligible to do that? Because
Yeah,
lots
you
of
can do it.
companies,
No,
if
no,
I
you can
want
do
to
it.
get into
You
that,
can do
they
it.
like
Now,
work experience and very high percentage as well. So, would I be eligible for that after taking the supply chain management?
yes, you are eligible. Basically, saying the questions from India, we are having like they will normally ask for the good amount of work experience and all. But after doing this program, if you still decided to go for an MBA, which is these programs are particularly more eligible. Like you'll be more qualified even after doing this program. If you want to do an MBA, you'll be sitting landing into the same number of some core subjects will be the same. But yeah, you can do it. No worries. That's okay.
So I don't need any work experience as like
No
as
need. You can do it. You're having a good Canadian degree, to like a PG, and which is almost equivalent to an MBA one. So you'll be good enough to do an MBA after that. You can join University of Toronto anywhere if you want. Like it, you can go ahead.
oh thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
So, Sasidarji, couple of questions from my end and one question from a student.
Okay.
A student named Hardeep Singh has put a message to me in chat box asking about travel support letter. So, could you touch on that? Who's getting it and why would be getting it?
Yes. We'll be sharing that soon to all the students who wanted to already have the visas. I guess before March 18th, number of students already got their visas in hand, and if they wanted to travel, yes, we will share that letter soon. I'll be giving you that letter so you can give it to the students who willing to try travel.
Okay, but which students would be getting it?
That is for only the students who is having their visas on hand. They're only able to travel.
Okay, so that's one thing. Secondly, would it be applicable for all the students in all the programs, or there would be certain programs only which would be allowed to get the letter? Like we listen from most of our parts saying that Hanji.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're saying that's right. But here, if the student wanted to come in, because in a letter also we will say that the quarantine period, like 15 days or 14 days, what the government is saying to include that, but that will be the student part. So he needs to come and self quarantine himself for 2 weeks. So then if he's already having the visas, he already cleared his biometrics, everything is there. He just wanted to be landed in Canada. We will give that letter.
Okay, so all the students would be eligible who have got the visa.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So, right, Ji. And apart from that, if I move ahead, so there's a student with the name of Preeti. She put in a question stating, "Sir, I want to confirm that pre-visa refusal is like an actual visa that will allow us to join online classes." Preeti, your question is not very clear. Can you unmute and ask your question, or if you can just type in your question again?
Okay, sir, good morning.
Good morning, Preeti.
Yes, sir, I want to confirm that if we get free visa, then I will able to join online classes because it is like an actual visa.
Okay. Sir, would you like to give an answer, or should I answer her?
Yeah, you can answer. It's pretty same. Like everyone has confused about this two-stage process, I guess.
So, Preeti, we have our Patiala branch head on the call. Okay. So, sir, please talk to the student after the call, after the session. I'll just brief her. Preeti, जो recent announcement आई है ना कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट से, उसका मतलब ये है कि जो वीजा प्रोसेसिंग है वो 2 स्टेजेस में डिवाइड हो गया है, स्टेज 1 और स्टेज 2. ठीक है. स्टेज 1 में जो प्रोसेस आपको फॉलो करना है वो फॉलो करने के बाद ही आप स्टेज 2 में पहुंच सकते हैं. ठीक है. अगर आप स्टेज 1 क्लियर नहीं करते हैं, आप स्टेज 2 में नहीं पहुंचेंगे. ठीक है. और अगर आप स्टेज 1 क्लियर कर लेते हैं, वो वीजा गारंटी नहीं है. ठीक है. कैनेडियन गवर्नमेंट ने कहीं पे भी ऐसा नहीं कहा है कि जिस बच्चे ने स्टेज 1 क्लियर कर लिया उसकी वीजा 110% आएगी. ऐसा नहीं है. बट अगर आपको वीजा चाहिए तो आपको स्टेज 1 क्लियर करना ही होगा. ठीक है. स्टेज में आपकी फाइल जब एमएससी में जाती है, आप ऑनलाइन क्लासेस लगाना शुरू करते हो, तब से आपका प्रोसेस शुरू हो जाता है पोस्ट स्टडी वर्क परमिट का. ठीक है. वो जो टाइमलाइन होती है 50% इन इंडिया वाली. ठीक है. तो इसकी डिटेल्ड अंडरस्टैंडिंग आप एक बार पटियाला टीम से जरूर ले लीजिएगा. मैं यहाँ पे आपको इतना ही बता पाऊंगा, बट आप डिटेल में जरूर उनसे पूछ लीजिएगा. ओके. So any other student or staff member having a question related to the college? Sir, I think because the session is scheduled quite close to the recent announcement by the Canadian government, so major questions are related to that only from the students.
Yes, I understand. That's fine. Because we need, like, as I said, like we need good amount of students to join for this fall intake, as they already out from May, and we have like good number of students from May as well who are doing online, even from students from India as well. So everyone are pretty happy because the platform which they are doing currently is every lot of colleges are using it, and so I hope the fall the remaining students who are left out in the May, and then the students who has visas, like maybe if they get like stage 1 approval, I hope they can join this online sessions and utilize this benefit, because anyway the government announced 50% of course they can do it online, and they are still eligible for the post graduation work permit.
Right. So any other staff member or student? There are a couple of more students I can see.
And
yes,
any staff member also, if they're having any doubts relevant to admissions or anything, if they wanted to ask, they can even.
So thank you so much, Sasidarji, for this quite wonderful and informative presentation. Many of our doubts is being cleared through that, but I do have some doubts. So could you accept the students of open board?
Open board, yeah, that's what it depends upon the case. You can always submit the profile, because some students, if it is a direct from open board, if they're doing it like both the 10th and 12th, we will not accept. But in some situations, if the student can explain why he did that, if he did like 11th in regular and 12th if he can do it in the open, like something if he can do it, so we might consider. So as it it's a scenario based on case to case.
Right.
You can always apply, and if you want, can email me directly the case with the passport number, so I will look into it.
Yeah. So that will be the same for NIUS also, National Open Schooling.
Yes, it's the same. Yeah.
And can we accept the student of 10th plus 3 diplomas?
10th plus
3 diplomas, like Polytechnic.
Yeah, this. Which programs they wanted to apply? UG programs like a diploma they wanted to
for the UG programs.
Yeah, sure, we can apply.
And how many years of extended degree could be acceptable for the PG programs?
So normally it's no. The answer is no, right? So, but some cases, the student in some health reasons, if he missed like 1 year or like 1 semester, and if he extended that particular one, for the next year, so if he provide like relevant proofs, I can accept.
Right. And how many years of gap could be acceptable in case of UG and PG programs?
See, for the UG, it's maximum I can accept until 5, but with the relevant proofs. I need some proofs, like what they had done that in the particular gap, right? So without like any gap explanation, so we will not accept. For the PG, it's like you can apply if they having good number of work experience, all the documents on hand, they can apply. So maximum 90%, I will accept all the cases. The key thing is, in some cases, it be more like it's more matured and all. If they dig like 3-4 degrees, I can see pretty up from the north side. Like one student can did like 5 degrees, 6 degrees, and all. It will be coming to me, and they will not have any work experience, so they'll having some gap after that. So those cases particularly only I will reject, but majority 90% I will accept them.
So we can take around 8 years of gap could be acceptable.
Yes, sure, you can. Yeah.
Or 5 years for the UG and 8 years for the PG program.
Yes.
Right.
No, with the gap explanation I need.
Yeah, with justification. Right. Aman sir, would you like to add something?
I had a question here, sir. You specified during the presentation that there are certain programs which require experience, right?
Yes, that's
So,
right. Yeah.
I request if you can just reiterate on few of them, that would be really kind of you.
So only like project management, say, because that particularly that program will be helpful for the students who are wanted to go ahead in their career, like into the higher levels, like project manager, or if they want to do some lead positions and all. Those particular students only will go ahead with that programs. Even for the visa also, it will be a good justification, like if they are applying to that particular program. So that particular program, I need some minimum 1 year experience, and also global business management. Like global business management, if they did BBA or BCom, so they are slightly eligible. But if the students are did from arts background or pharmacy background, if they wanted to apply for GBM, they need some minimum 1 year of experience in any business field or any work experience. Like in their particular field also it's fine, but they should show some work experience. So those candidates only will accept.
Right. And these programs would, like you said, that the core subject requirement would be 50%.
Yes.
But these programs be okay with maths at 40% as well, right?
Yeah, business program is fine, because for the max 40% in the case, like some students will take it as an optional subject. I can see they'll did accountancy, but they'll take mathematics as an option, right? So if they score like 40 in mathematics and accountancy is like 55 or 60.
Okay, that's perfect. Sir, one last question from my end about the payment extension. A few students who are about to pay the fees, so would we be able to get extensions for that?
See, normally I'm not revoking. If you can see, there are a lot of deadlines already passed, but I'm not revoking any offers. I'm just keeping it on the as it is, considering this situation, because I normally prefer them to pay at least 2,500, because that's the reason. If you can see, there is no option in the May intake, but I introduced that option in the fall intake due to this situation. I know students can pay even from home also, convenient from their home. So if they can pay at least 2,500, I can hold up their seat minimum. If they want like maximum extension, I know the bank loans are taking time and all. So if they can pay at least 2,500, I can maximum extend it. But as you are requesting on the call, I can give until July 31st.
Okay. So do you have any other question? Because I really don't want to take more time.
Just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes.
No problem.
Are we issuing conditional offer letters?
It's like a dicey right now, because Loyalist we don't have the concept of issuing conditional admits. But current situation for the PG students, we might consider on case to case. If they are in like final semester and it's not happening something else, I might consider. But normally we don't do the conditional admits.
So what will be the turnaround time for offer letter?
See, normally offer letters, particularly I'll make sure to issue it like between 24 to 48 hours. So that's from my side. I'm working on it. But if you see like if there are like huge number of applications and all, sometimes it will like 72 hours, like 1 day extra. That's it. But maximum will turn around will be 24 to 48 hours. I will issue the offer letter.
Last question from my side, which is related to IRCC updations. As many of the colleges are providing risk-free education. For example, a student who has cleared stage 1, but the student get refused. The student is already taking classes for 4 months or 3 months or even from the 4 months. So what will be the deduction?
So actually we are working on it. We have to hear from our director about that amount. Basically we are thinking about like minimum deduction in that, but the final amount will be come from our director once he got that approval from them. So I will share the email.
So we can promote Toronto campus as well now. for student enrollment?
Yeah, it's both are same. If they come in for this Brunel and all, like because basically it's a Toronto campus, that as a startup we started in Mississauga, so both campuses are same. No need to worry. Like maybe if Jan intake, if we hopefully if everything goes well due to this pandemic, all the government allow us to do like in class sessions, we will start that campus.
Okay, but right now we should not promote it, right?
You can show the campus. I will share the brochure to you. You can show the campus, right. And you can for your counseling, or if your counselors want to show the new pictures and as well. So I will share that like a brochure to you right now.
Right. And one final request: would you be able to send this presentation to me that you shared during the session?
Sure, I will. Yeah.
Perfect. That's very kind of you. So I think that would be it from our end. We would not want to take more time from you because I know it's 1:30 a.m.
No worries, no problem. We can go ahead. Any questions? I think Jaya is raised a hand. She wanted to ask something, I guess.
Yeah, Jaya, go ahead. Unmute and ask. Please go ahead.
So I had one more doubt. Basically, as you already know that I have referred my case from May to September. So when I first applied for that, the fees was around 15,550 Canadian dollars. But then the month of September, when I got a new offer letter, there was a fee were mentioned as 16,100, right? So now again, I'm looking forward to refer my case. So will they extend the fees again, because it's completely unfair for us students in India, right?
See, it's about like it's not about the college completely sole decision. It depends upon the government. Like every year there will be this percentage amount of increase in the tuition fees. So it's it's joint community, like Ontario colleges deciding. It's not about like one college. So every colleges like they'll decide on particular percentage of increase in the tuition fees. So that will be reflected in your offer letters.
So they will again just extend the fees.
No, it depends. It might increase or it might decrease. If they decided to decrease some percentage, they will decrease it. Or if they wanted to increase, I think they'll. Let me check once again. Like what's a January fees?
Yeah, please.
No, for the Jan, as of now, I can see there is no increase in the fees. It's the same as like fall intake. It's not in like it's not in my hands, or it's not even in my director hands. It's about like Ontario colleges PPP. They call us PPP, and their college like Ontario Community Colleges sector. So every year they will decide. So normally, basically, it's every fall intake. That's a major intake for all the Ontario colleges or in entire Canada. So every fall term, the fees will be, it will be increased. So it's like 4% or 5% or 6%. So every fall intake, it will be increased. I know it's like pretty much like students who deferred from May to September, right? So they will see, I see like a lot of increase in the fees, why it is increased, and all doubts will come. But it pretty much, it's a standard policy from the government. So you will see the rise in that.
So it's not going to be increase in the month of Jan, right?
Yeah, I can pretty much sure I can see now on my screen. So it's same. So don't worry, it will be the same.
So I think that would be it. Sasidarji, thank you so much for the amazing session. And once again, thank you so much for the session being done on this time. That's really supportive.
No problem. If anyone has a doubt, they can even just email me at any time. I think you can share my email to everybody. So I'm pretty much anytime in my free time or anytime I can reply to them.
Thank you. So thank you so much. I think we can call it a day now.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Pyramid. Visa for a better life.